In today's case study, we have a special guest, a creature who can only be referred to as one of the world's most egregious,
treacherous,
and demonic anime characters to ever walk the face of the earth. No, I am not speaking about Yoshikage Kira. No, I am not speaking of Madara Uchiha. And no, I am not referring to Lord Griffith. I only can be speaking about one man in particular, and that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure's own Lord Dio. Bro gotta be the most hatingest hater that ever hated. It's not often you meet somebody for their very first time and they kick your dog square in the face. Like, I'm not even over exaggerating or anything. Like, this was the first meeting between him and JoJo. It's pretty weird. I still don't know why he did it. Guess asserted his dominance or something. I don't know. But this man is egregious, bro. In the first place, when you watch Phantom Blood, you not watching it for any of the Joe stars. That's just apparent. Like, Phantom Blood is good, it grew on me, but you gonna watch Phantom Blood for Dio's antics and Dio's antics only. Trust. Before we get into this damning evidence, I'm going to give you guys who have not seen JoJo's a proper introduction and a brief, quick overview of the story. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Hirohiko Araki. It was originally serialized in Shonen's manga magazine, Shonen Jump, from 1987 to 2004. It was then transferred to monthly seinen manga, Ultra Jump, in 2005. The series is divided into a total of 9 arcs, each following a new protagonist bearing the JoJo nickname. JoJo's is the longest ongoing manga series published in Shishui by the number of volumes, with its chapters collected in 136 Toboken volumes as of December 2024. JoJo's is well known for its art style and possesses a frequent reference to Western popular music and fashion. Battles centered around Stan, psycho-spiritual manifestations with a unique spiritual and supernatural ability. The series had over 120 million copies in circulation by August of 2023, making it one of the best-selling manga series in history, and it has spawned a media franchise including one-shot manga, light novels, and video games. The manga, TV, anime, and live-action films are licensed in North America by Viz Media, which has produced various English language releases of the series since 2005, i.e. the iconic David production that's responsible for Stardust Crusader, which is probably the part of JoJo's that all of you non-stans are familiar with. So with studying the psychology of any sick, twisted little twat from the 1800s, we know we're gonna have to go back and do a little bit of extensive research on their background, i.e. their parents. And Dio's parent, and I say parent for a reason, because we're only introduced to this man's father, and it's not the greatest introduction. He's not a good guy. He's a dickhead, that's what he is. But the apple doesn't fall far from the tree is a saying for a reason. And Dio's father, the tree, is a dirty, stinky, rotten tree, and he produced quite a pristine, beautiful, ripe, disgusting, tormented dark apple. I don't know how he produced this guy, but but this decrepit old man had some astounding luck one day, and the gods shined upon him a miracle. And there on the ground, as he made his way home, JoJo's lifeless would-be father lie there on the ground as he just got into a horrible car accident that claimed the life of JoJo's late mother, rest her soul. But Dario decides to rob him. Instead of helping, instead of calling the authorities or whatever for help, this guy decides to rob him. And upon being robbed, JoJo's dad, let me figure out this nigga's name. Okay, so after being robbed, George Joestar, he wakes up and thinks that Dario is sort of saving his life. So long story short, he grants him a favor. He's like, oh my goodness, you're saving my life. If you ever need me, just know you saved a wealthy man today. The gods were shining a light above you, like the narrator said before. So, yeah, he got this one favor. And basically, being the shiesty little bastard that he is, he basically passes on this favor to Dio in death. Like, he straight up tell him, like, hey, come here. Hey, I'm dying and whatnot, but you can still live out a pretty cool life. Like, I don't really even fuck with you like that, but... you know, this rich bastard owed me a favor. So not even the fact that you can get a cool life from them, bro. You can take their life. Go take it. Go take their life. They probably got a son. Go usurp their entire airline. Cut off his head and wear his body and just be him. Become him. There you go. If I ain't never gave you nothing, I gave you that idea. Yep. And then Dio does it. He moves over there, tricks everybody, kicks JoJo's dog right in the fucking face. I don't know, that's still pissing me off to think about, but yeah, he kicked him. Then Dio successfully moves in, basically seduces the father because George is an idiot. Like his discernment is wildly unkempt. He can't pick up on any of the signs and very obvious symptoms that Dio is a demonic spawn from hell sent to wreck their lives and wreak havoc on his son, but he doesn't notice. And basically 7 years go by and these boys become brothers, you know, but not before that. Oh yeah, and Dio killed the dog. He ended up just killing the dog. So for 7 years, Dio basically, he slowed down with the antics. He not being as demonic and devilish overtly, but JoJo's still holding on to the fact that he killed his dog, and it's like rightfully so. And bro wait for 7 years to go by, and he basically bring out the big guns and start poisoning George, start killing him. He trying to get that plan enacted. You want that family heir. You want that JoJo money. It's not enough that this man took him in as his own, made him his son, and basically said fuck his actual son. He said fuck Jonathan the whole entire part. Like, and up until his death, it was Dio. Until bro had to expose him with his sleuthing, but it was fuck Jonathan all the way into the end. And I can't even dance past one of the most heinous things this man Dio did. Not even just in anime or in this show. Like, this is one of the most heinous things a nigga ever did. Ever. He stole this man's girl first kiss. He stole his first kiss from his girl. What? How devious do you have to be to even think of stealing that from somebody? Like, dog was, hey, he was another level of treachery, bro. I'm telling y'all, this is an animal. This is a creature. This man is a spawn of something dark. And we get into the vampire mask scenes where basically this ancient stone mask that turned the user into a vampire, like the vampires of old. But Dio gets his hands on this mask and it's basically his ticket to becoming the vile creature that we all know him to be on the soul level, but he has to attain that physically. So this mask is the perfect tool for him to gain that transformation into his true self. But the thing is, he has to test it first. So bro goes out strolling the streets of London like a modern day Jack the Ripper or something, and he's about to take somebody's soul with no problem. And he stumbles upon a couple of drunk guys and uses the mask on them violently, viciously. Turn this man into a soul-sucking vampire and just takes his life away. And he got his test. Shit works. And he's going to use it to become a demon. Turn into Joestar Line for hundreds of years. Start up the series. It's pretty cool. I love it. I love it so much.
If someone wished to go to heaven, there may be a way. Hey, don't look at me that way. I'm just talking about the human mind. It's not like I'm telling you to wither and die. This heaven pertains to our spirits, and where they go after death. As your spirit evolves, so too does your power. Where they ultimately end up is what fascinates me. Surely you, of all people, understand what I'm talking about. It's there that one will find true happiness. That is, if they can make it into heaven, of course. Though I'm aware, joy cannot be found by having an invincible body, vast riches, or even reigning over all humanity. In the end, the true winner is the one who gets to witness heaven. That's why I will get there someday, no matter what it costs me. Ah, well, I wrote the process in a notebook. One day, find me in Egypt. I'll show it to you there. If I ever hope to figure this out, I will need you to assist me. I mean that place where they go. Within that place lies real true happiness. If you can actually reach heaven, that is. For any pursuit in life, people should find an occupation that best fits their true personality. A king would feel like a king, and a chef would feel like a chef, see? That's what it means to live truly. The same goes for stands. Strength and weakness do not apply. In that case, the stand I named Survivor is the weakest. It's beyond control. It was the year 1982. In the Lorraine region of France, a group of 6 hikers met with disaster. All 6 of them perished horribly. After the recon team examined the area where the tragedy occurred, they found evidence of brutal combat. They had all fought, literally, to the death. They had attacked one another with so much force, their bones shattered instantly upon contact. A tooth that had broken off after being struck was found half buried in a nearby rock. The damage was so horrific, even the so-called winner was hurt too badly to descend and died of his wounds as well. As I found out later, those people had stayed at a mountain hut the night before and had an altercation with the owner of it. One of the women there crudely insulted the man. In fact, she told him his body odor was vile. That's right. But what did the owner do? What was it that compelled those people to fight each other to the death? The answer is nothing at all. Nothing externally, at least. But deep in the recesses of his brain, anger was slowly beginning to brew. Before much longer, that anger evolved enough to become a weak electric signal. This signal then descended through his entire nervous system and flowed into the ground. That is Survivor. The electric signal traveled along the surface of the ground directly toward the 6 people. For the ground and shoes to better conduct electricity, the ground needs to be wet. The electrical power a nerve carries at any given time measures a mere 7/100ths of a volt. That's how little power that stand has. Survivor's attacks make one feel nothing, and it does nothing. Its effects don't come close to things like severely injuring or controlling people, nor weakening them, or even knocking them out. It doesn't inflict one external action. All it does is make them mad. It awakens combative instinct in the limbic system of people's brains, just a little at first, and then it proliferates. Because one woman said he smelled bad, he drove the entire group into a bloody brawl, one that ended in carnage. Yes, it's an unusable stand. It can't distinguish between enemies and allies. Once we reach sundown, it shall be like I was never here. Do you believe in gravity between individuals? Do you believe that fate brought us together for a reason? If you wish to see me again, come and find me. Once a life has been taken away, it can never fully be given back. But if your desire is strong enough, and it's what you truly wish for, you will be capable of preserving her memory forever. The memory that lives in her heart. This, my new friend, is your awakening.